Let's address the elephant in the room, my autism diagnosis. Hey guys, welcome to my new channel. I hope you're doing well. This is my first time talking to a camera, so you'll have to bear with me. Something life-changing happened to me this year, and I just need to get it off my chest. The video today will be about my autism diagnosis, and it'll be split into parts. So the first thing I want to talk about, my childhood and what symptoms and what sparked my thinking why I might be autistic. Going back, I was a very shy child, always at my mother's side. Whenever we had to go out, my mum always said, well, you're just a mama's boy. And that was her excuse. A lot of the time people would just say, oh, he's just a bit shy. Teachers would say this, my mum would say this. I was quite a lonely child. I didn't have many friends at all. And I was quite bullied as well, which, not gonna lie, I really did think was just because they knew I was gay. But obviously now looking back, that would have been stupid. They wouldn't have known that. I remember I always struggled to say things. I still have that now, unfortunately. This is probably the most awkward video I've ever made. I always struggled to say how I felt on the inside. Teachers and strangers would always tell me to look at them while I was talking because I was really bad with eye contact, which I still struggle with today. I play by myself a lot, so like in the playground I was always on my own, always playing by myself, always had my own thing going on. I remember I used to sit in quiet rooms and I just used to listen to music because I love music, and music is probably my hyper focus, to be honest, and always will be. It's my special interest. I love music, I love singing, basically anything like entertainment wise, I just love. I remember as a child, I always felt like a stranger. Like I was, everyone was always doing something and I was always doing something else. And I just thought, like, why does my brain not think in the same ways as other people's brains? I just always felt like an alien, I suppose. From childhood, just in general, I've always had sensory problems, loud noises, big crashes and bangings here and there, or like even like small ones, to be honest, always sound really loud to me. I'm just gonna have a drink of water. I was really bad with lights. I still am really bad with lights, or flashing lights. The amount of times that I've had a meltdown over flashing lights is crazy. Going out in the sunshine, or like when it's like a really cloudy day. I don't know if you get this in America, but in England it's like really rainy all the time and like really dull. But like for some reason, even when it's dull, like the sky is just like bright white, and it is the most eye-sizzling white ever. And like I even like I'm like squinting, because I can't, like, it's just like, why is the sun literally sizzling my brain right now? Really strong smells as well. I can't deal with really strong smells. I'm okay with like if I smell it for like 1 second and then like I don't have to smell it anymore, I'm fine. But if that smell lingers in my brain, like in my nose for ages, like for example, we were having like a barbecue one day, or my stepdad was burning like stuff in the backyard. I think it was like letters and things, like paper, and like I had the window open and the smell was in my bedroom, and I kid you not, I couldn't, like, I had to sit and smell that smell for like an hours long, and I ended up lashing out because I just could not process the smell. That was probably the worst. Like I hate horrible smells like diesel, or like, when you buy like a new air fryer or a cooker and like it's like really like toxic smell. Like I can't stand it. Another thing as well is like textures, like different textures of things. Like I'm not that bad with the textures, but sometimes like if I just touch like something unexpectedly or something like sharp, like I'm putting on a coat and the fabric of it like touches, like runs up my arm, that gives me the absolute shivers. And like, oh, I hate it. Oh, one thing, when I'm in the shower and there's like the shower's raining down on me, sometimes it can just feel so intense and it feels like razor blades are like going over my skin, or like needles, and I just sometimes like I just cannot even handle having a shower. Like it just the feeling of the water, especially like a shower as well, if it's a really powerful shower, I have to get out. I'm just like, I can't do, like I do my thing as quickly as possible and I'm just like, I'm out. Also, when I was a child, I remember, or now I suppose, I get very, very moody or angry. This was probably my meltdowns. I would lash out at people, and I have a tendency to cry. I cry at everything and scream. But that was just like because I was a child, but it's kind of followed me into adulthood. I still cry over everything. It's probably going to be enough on my childhood now, and I would like to go into how I started the diagnostic process. Here in the UK, all of our healthcare is under the NHS, which means we don't pay for healthcare. Well, we do pay for healthcare, but it comes out of taxes, so it really was just as simple as me going to the doctors and being like, I think I might be autistic or something's wrong with me. I want to use the right to choose method, which, by the way, I do recommend. It made my process 1,000 times easier and it was faster for me. Basically, right to choose is the NHS's way of negating the waiting list. Obviously, things are free here. Waiting lists can get very long. So I went that way, and I went with a company called Psychiatry UK. I would recommend them too. So the doctor gave me a form to fill out. This form was called the AQ10. And it had questions like, do I often notice small sounds when others do not? If there is an interruption, can I switch back to what I was doing? And I find it easy to read between the lines when someone is talking to me, etc, etc. Were like done by like a score. So like, you know how like slightly agree, disagree, I agree. I sent this form off through the post. Actually, no, sorry, it wasn't through the post, it's through the doctors. And after a couple of weeks, I got an email telling me that I had been accepted and that they wanted me to fill out some more forms. These forms were more like how my childhood was. Did I like hugs? Could I ride a bike? Etc, etc, etc. I didn't learn until I was 12. So, yeah. Anyway. Another form they needed was from someone that knew me the best, so I picked my partner. I've been with my partner for about 4 to 5 years. He's probably gonna kill me, but I think it's like 5 years. He knows me inside and out, so I chose him. I would have chose one of my family members, but they seem to, even now, brush over the fact that this is who I am. He filled this out for me. It went through you know, how I was and stuff, and I think someone else can really attest to how you are in real life. So I really do recommend getting someone who knows you inside and out. So after another 2 weeks, I got a link in my inbox asking me to choose the time of my appointment. I went for afternoon because I needed time to get it out of my system that this was happening, and panic before my appointment, especially in the morning, because that is when my stress levels are the highest. Let me tell you, before that appointment, I was so nervous. I kept thinking, am I doing the right thing? And I think that is a good thing to, you know, to go over. I think if it does say you're not, you can always go and get another opinion. I do believe in self-diagnosis. But I do think sometimes people can get it wrong, and that's fine too. Anyway, moving on. When she came on, she was a really lovely lady, and she could tell I was nervous. You know, this was big for me. And she said, okay, take your time, don't rush the questions, there's no right or wrong answers, and we can get through this, basically. So we did that, and I answered all the questions, and these questions just really went over the forms again, I suppose. They went over like all the childhood trauma. No, I'm joking. All my childhood, basically, like how I was, did I have any friends, do I have any friends now, have I always felt I was different, do I have any sensory problems and things like that, which I went through all with her. Yeah, it was really lovely experience. She really was lovely. And at the end of it, she turned around and she said, so I'm gonna, diagnose you now. And I said, okay. And, I was thinking, oh God, she's not gonna say I am, and I've been exaggerating, and I'm really just normal and everything's fine. Also, don't you think it's funny, in this whole video I've been stimming, and you can tell that I've been stimming, so I just want to point that out if anyone ever thinks, oh no, he's lying, because even talking to a camera is really difficult. So it came to diagnosis, and she said, you have hit all the criteria, basically, and I want to let you know that I think you have autism spectrum disorder. She did say level 1. I don't think in the UK we have levels, so maybe she got confused. I don't know. I'm not really sure how that works. But she did say level 1. But no, she said I had autism spectrum disorder, which has also got hand in hand with anxiety disorder. But she did say that was going to be normal, because obviously I've been masking all my life, and that would correlate to me having anxiety too, which makes a lot of sense. I was diagnosed with anxiety disorder when I was 16, and I had awful panic attacks when I was 16, which I thought were panic attacks, but now looking back, I don't think they were panic attacks. I think they were meltdowns. So yeah, that is how it happened. Afterwards was just absolutely crazy. I couldn't believe it. I burst out into tears. I thought, oh my God, finally some validation that this is who I am. And, I always thought I was weird, and I always thought I was different, and I'm not like everyone else. And it was just really nice to know that this woman saw it too, and it was just really great. So this is going to be part 3 now. This is going to be the third part, and this is going to be how I feel now. How I feel now is I still feel sometimes that I'm not going to lie. I sometimes get imposter syndrome, I think they call it. Gaslight myself into thinking that I'm normal. But then I watch myself sometimes and I'm like, no, I'm not. Deep down that I'm not I'm not neurotypical. I know deep down that I'm definitely autistic, but sometimes it can come across, especially nowadays when people are like, well, everyone's a little bit autistic, which by the way isn't true. That pisses me off. Makes me believe that maybe I might not be, but I definitely am. I remember afterwards as well, I regressed a lot. I think once you learn that you are autistic, brain just sort of goes, oh, well, you don't need to mask anymore. Or I'm going to really struggle masking now or something, because even my partner will say that I became worse. I was screaming at people. I was getting really stressed and agitated. It really didn't help that I was going through a crappy time at the time, and we were home, and we had nowhere to live, which by the way is sorted now. Yay, I have my flat. That contributed a lot, but he will say that I definitely did regress. I started losing things that I would have been able to do, and I'm still not 100% really, and I don't think I will be ever, but we'll see. That is how I'm feeling right now. I think I still have a lot to learn and a lot to to see, I suppose. Anyway, guys, that is going to be the end of my video. I really hope you enjoyed my story. Really nice for me to actually put this out, because sometimes when I still speak to people now, they still brush it under and just say, well, you're normal. I am and always have been disabled, and I think people need to know that. So I'm really grateful that you guys watched this video. And I would be really grateful if you could give it a thumbs up or a like down below. And also comments. Please comment how your autism has made you feel, if you are diagnosed, if you're not diagnosed, if you're waiting for diagnosis. I am sorry that it's really awkward. I am not used to talking to a camera. I'm really not even used to talking to people at this point. So thank you so much. Please subscribe, like, and comment down below. And I'll see you guys next time.